girl be? Her eyes are open wide, and yet she's in a daydream that's better than real life. She knows a secret country where the grown-ups never go. Why, she's Alice, Alice in Wonderland. Alice, Alice in Wonderland. Curious friends and happy adventures too. Ooh, yes, she's Alice, Alice in Wonderland. Alice, Alice in Wonderland. Alice, wait for us, we'll come too.
Yes, chemistry is undoubtedly a complicated subject. Although I've never regretted becoming a scientist, I love my work. You must visit me sometime, children, and I'll show you my laboratory. Oh, blancmange, my favorite pudding. Thank you, Mrs. Spicem.
Taste it first, Professor, before you thank me.
Oh, Mrs. Spicem always seems to take more trouble when we have visitors.
Now, Alice, Mrs. Spicem always goes to a lot of trouble. Always.
I know what you meant by the remark, Alice, but if you had blancmange every day, it wouldn't be fun anymore.
I don't think I agree with you. If you like something very much, you'd like to have it all the time, like my little Benny Bunny.
True, but you're forgetting something. A rabbit doesn't eat pudding. Or are you going to eat him?
Oh, she always makes silly remarks.
Celia, I don't want to hear you talk about your sister like that, and take your elbow off the table at once, please.
Oh, yes, Mummy.
What the Professor means, I think, is that we should save a special treat for a special occasion.
Yes, my point exactly. How else should we distinguish holidays, for instance, from any normal day?
You're all welcome.
Huh?
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for accepting my invitation. The King of Hearts and I are celebrating our silver wedding anniversary. What is it?
Majesty, excuse the interruption, but I have something very important to report.
I regret to inform you that the royal cutlery has been stolen.
Oh.
Oh, that's why. I thought they'd forgotten to lay knives and forks for us.
What? Are you telling me the royal cutlery's been stolen?
Yes, Your Majesty, exactly, Your Majesty.
Who was it?
Your Majesty, there's one very obvious suspect. We already know him to be a thief.
Ah, yes, the Knave of Hearts. Dormouse, what's your opinion?
It must have been. Who else would do such a thing?
Your Majesty, we agree on who the culprit is.
Well, it wasn't very hard.
But you can't just accuse someone without any evidence, and it's very bad manners to put your elbows on the table.
Huh?
Who says I need evidence? If you think he's guilty, then he must be.
Yes, Mamma, I do admit to stealing, but I only ever take what I can eat, not cutlery.
Just look at him.
Your Majesty,
What is it?
I've just this minute thought of a very easy way to catch the thief.
Uh-oh.
With your permission, I'll tell you.
Oh, Alice, don't get involved in matters that don't concern you.
Don't worry, Benny Bunny. This time my idea is quite foolproof.
Oh, that might just work. Good thinking. Alice here has suggested that I shut my eyes and count up to 10, and by the time I've done that, the dirty thief will have stood up and confessed to his crime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There, I declare the guilty party. Oh. Oh, if you consider that idea foolproof, you'd better think again. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in prison. No one stood up.
Mercy, Majesty, I beg you. Alice really had no idea.
Very true.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty.
It's pointless to take advice from someone with no idea. There's a lesson here somewhere. Always consult the professionals.
Do you get professionals?
I'm terribly sorry, but I'm busy.
Hello!
Oh! Hello, Your Majesty.
Every piece of royal cutlery has been stolen from the castle.
It wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. Nothing at all.
Of course, I know you didn't, but I want to know who did.
Very well. The Knave of Hearts, I should think.
No, the Knave of Hearts only ever steals things to eat.
And who exactly are you, might I ask?
Certainly, my name is Alice, and this is Benny Bunny.
Well, in that case, the names of the thieves are Alice and Benny Bunny, Your Majesty. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really must...
No, it wasn't us. We're quite innocent.
Oh, yes, that's what they all say.
Who stole my cutlery, wizard? You've always claimed to know about everything that goes on in Wonderland.
Yes, that's quite true, Your Majesty. But unfortunately, you see, I seem to have lost my crystal ball. I haven't used it for years now. Nobody comes to consult me anymore. I know it's in here. If I could only remember where I had it last. But don't worry, I'll find it. It must be somewhere in this room.
How beautiful. What do you think it is, Benny?
It's my crystal ball. You found it. Be careful. It's very fragile. Oh!
Give it to me. Now I'll find out who the scoundrel is, then I'll have him thrown into prison. I can't see anything. Am I doing anything wrong?
Not everyone can use a crystal ball, Your Majesty.
Then show me how to at once.
Oh. Careful, Your Majesty. My crystal ball is not only fragile, but very valuable.
Who is the thief?
Yes, Your Majesty. Abracadabra, 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 abracadabra. Queen of Spades.
The Queen of Hearts, sister.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. It's painfully true. It's as well to expect the worst these days. But not this, my sister. I'll annihilate her. I'll mobilize the army right now.
Please don't do anything rash, Your Majesty. I haven't used my crystal ball for a long time. Perhaps it's not working properly.
Not working properly?
Well, I mean to say...
There you are. I declare war. We'll attack from the north. Order the cavalry to prepare for battle immediately. If my sister is after my things, she should ask to borrow them, not pinch them.
Quite so. Will you look after my crystal ball?
Oh! Do you know what's going on? I don't understand. What's happening?
Ask the crystal ball. That'll tell you.
Faster, faster! What's wrong with you? Faster!
I thought as much. They've pulled up the drawbridge and we've no way of getting over the moat, worse luck. I can't say I'm too disappointed. Sound the retreat. We'll turn round and make straight for home.
Not so fast! We'll swim if necessary.
You might have warned me in advance that you were coming to visit, you know. Then I could have arranged with the cook to prepare a bit more. But lunch won't stretch to all of you, I'm afraid.
We're not here to have lunch with you. We're here because we've declared war.
Declared war? May I ask why?
The royal cutlery was stolen from the palace. My wizard says you are responsible.
Yes. I don't have much proof.
You seem to have overlooked the fact, my dear, that it was I who gave you that cutlery on your 20th wedding anniversary, remember? So why should I want to steal it? But if it's cutlery you want, it's cutlery you shall have. Take that!
You can laugh, but I'll have my revenge!
Revenge? What for? Oh, Benny, I don't understand it at all. We'd better act fast. The Queen of Hearts is about to wage war, and would you believe it, all because of a silly set of knives and forks.
Mm-hmm.
We'll stop her, we must. But how? I just don't understand what... It must mean something.
Perhaps he's trying to draw our attention to something, but what?
Crystal ball, is that right? Oh! Please try to explain more clearly what you mean.
What's happened now? The carpet's taking off.
I don't know, Benny Bunny. I don't...
Oh! I'm frightened. Alice, please make it stop. Make it stop.
I wish I could, but I don't know how it works. How do you give orders to a carpet? This is the very first time I've had the pleasure of travelling on one, you see, Benny Bunny.
Oh! Oh!
Huh?
Mind! I'm very sorry. The Queen of Hearts is so silly. She's always arguing with someone, and now she's got a war on her hands.
If you want to beat me, you'll have to use better soldiers than that.
Don't boast till you're sure of your victory.
A charming proposal. I might take you up on it later.
Your Majesty, beg to report we're ready to pull. Begin. Your Majesty, we're ready to launch.
Very good. Fire!
Oh, what an idea. But of course, even as a child, she was always inventing things. Oh!
I hope you didn't hurt yourself.
I'll get you next time.
Your Majesty, please stop this fighting before there's an accident.
You want us to stop?
It's all so silly, it really is.
It may seem silly to you, my girl, but I won't back down till my sister returns my cutlery.
It wasn't the Queen of Spades who stole the royal cutlery, Your Majesty. I'm absolutely sure of that. Benny Bunny and I promised to try and find out who the real thief is, and when we do, we'll return every single piece safely to you. Oh, please, Your Majesty, stop fighting.
Sister, shall we call it off?
What are you asking me for? It wasn't my idea to start this war, dear. I leave the decision entirely to you. See?
All right, the victory is yours, Alice. Herald, sound the retreat.
Ooh, we've been gone a long time. You know, I feel quite tired.
Then we'll promise to be as quiet as mice, won't we, Benny Bunny?
Can we please have something to eat first? Otherwise, I'll die of hunger.
Yes, I'm rather hungry myself, I must say. tasty-looking soup. Could Benny and I have some? Would you mind, Mr. Wizard?
Soup? I wasn't aware there was any in the house. Yes, it's all the same to me.
Yay! Delicious!
It's amazing how upset the Queen of Hearts is over a lot of cutlery, isn't it?
Thank you.
Not when you consider it's her silver wedding anniversary, a very special occasion.
Silver wedding?
Yes, she and the king have been married for 25 years. It's astounding that they still have something to celebrate.
To lose all your silver cutlery on your silver wedding anniversary is really very bad luck. Ah, horrible. What on earth have they put into this soup?
Don't ask me. I haven't got the faintest idea what goes on in the kitchen. You're drinking that?
Uh-huh.
That's not supposed to be soup, Alice. Oh, how dreadful. Tell me, do you feel funny? Are your knees knocking together or anything?
No, I feel perfectly all right.
Not for long, you won't. Do you know what you've done? You've just drunk my magic potion.
And just what does the magic potion do?
It makes people invisible.
Oh, how clever!
Hooray! It works! I knew it would! It's the discovery of the century!
Have you got something to bring us back again?
No, but I'm working on it right now. Don't worry, you'll be all right. I'll find a way to bring you back. What should we try first?
What are we going to do?
Oh, don't cry, Benny Bunny. It's not all that bad. And it might be very useful to be able to go anywhere without being
Yes,
seen.
I hadn't thought
It's
of
fun
that.
being invisible.
That's a stroke of luck. Now I can do something I've been wanting to do for a long time.
Look!
I'm really looking forward to this.
Benny Bunny, be careful. Don't do it.
Who's there?
Your Majesty! We're in big trouble, Your Majesty.
Oh, stop dithering and come to the point. Can't you see I'm resting?
I think the cellars are haunted. There are strange sounds coming from there. Very strange indeed, Your Majesty.
What sort of sounds?
Strange. And as soon as the guards get anywhere near the cellar door, those strange sounds stop immediately. There's no logical explanation.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
If you want my opinion, Your Majesty, I think it's a ghost.
Oh, help, a ghost!
Was that you? Did you speak in a funny little voice? It's just us here.
No, the three of us. You, me, and the ghost.
Oh, stop. I don't believe in ghosts.
Well, whatever's in the cellar, how do you explain that, Your Majesty? And that laughing, Your Majesty. How about that, then?
You can relax. We're not evil spirits.
Oh, stand up and pull yourself together.
Stop hitting him. It's not his fault.
Oh!
Oh, what are we going to do? He's unconscious.
Help! 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 Help!
They actually take us for a pair of ghosts. How about that?
As long as there are no ghosts besides us here, I don't really mind.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure there aren't any ghosts.
This idea of yours was splendid. Splendid.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I'm sure the Queen will be absolutely delighted with the ring you're going to present to her.
It was the king. He stole the cutlery.
Oh, dear. Noises, strange voices. I don't think I can take much.
Your Majesty, Have you seen Alice at all?
I'm afraid not.
I'm not surprised. As a matter of fact, that would be quite impossible.
I'm behind you, Your Majesty.
Alice, dear, if you like, I can make you visible again. I've found the antidote.
You have? How wonderful!
I take it you're standing in front of me, am I right?
Yes, that's correct.
You simply inhale a little bit of this, and we'll have you fully visible again.
Invisible, fully visible again. I think I'm having a nervous breakdown.
I hope it's going to work.
What? I can't believe this is happening.
Hooray, it worked! It's good to see you again.
Well, Wizard, it seems you ought to be congratulated. But we're no further with the real problem. Where is the royal cutlery? I ordered you to find it for me.
I think I have the answer, dear. I wanted to give you something special to mark our anniversary. Something romantic, see? Something that I made all by myself. That's why I melted down your cutlery and made these 2 rings instead.
But my best cutlery, you melted it down, you say?
Yes, dear, and I sincerely hope you like them.
You're nothing but a blockhead. I insist that you melt it all back again immediately.
Back again?
At once. How are we supposed to eat without cutlery?
Yes, dear.
The Joker must have guessed that the rings wouldn't suit Her Majesty at all.
Alice?
Huh?
I thought you were fond of pudding. Eat up.
Which would you prefer as a present, Professor? A silver ring or some cutlery?
Professor, I do apologize. Please pay no attention. And Alice, stop asking ridiculous questions. You can explain to me later what you mean.
Yes, Mummy. It's good.
Alice, don't gobble your food. Eat slowly.
Yes, Mummy, I am.
And don't make so much noise.
You can't eat the munch quietly, Mummy.
In Alice's next adventure, we discover what she thinks of the exciting world beneath the sea, where she and Benny Bunny make the acquaintance of a little squid who shows them how to breathe underwater. Alice is fascinated by all the wonderful things she sees and decides that life underwater suits her rather well. She finds the inhabitants of the ocean most friendly and eager to help her with the task which the Queen of Hearts has given her. That task is to free the little fairy of light from the underwater castle of the evil octopus. For without the fairy, there is no light at all in Wonderland. There are no glowworms, no dewdrops, no stars, nothing sparkles at all. But more about that next time.
Who can that girl be? Her eyes are open wide, and yet she's in a daydream that's better than real life.